Love is in the air as we head towards Valentine's Day, but on the menu this morning is some tough love about money mistakes. Consumer reporter Steve Noviello is live in Dallas with some real-life money horror stories. Good morning, Steve. I'm a little scared to hear about these.
At the end of the day, I do it because I love you, right? I mean, look, and I want to make sure that you're not losing money. Look, the terrible part about this segment this morning is that each one of these are real scenarios from real viewers who lost real money. But walk through it with us, and I'll make sure that you don't make the same mistake. So let's start with scenario number one. Go ahead and read it for me.
All right, car scenario number one. You'll have to forgive me, but I don't believe I have the script here.
Okay,
but you can tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. So it says, hey, Steve, I bought a 2019 Ford Edge, not even, there you go.
I'll just pick up where you left off. We bought a 2019 Ford Edge, and not even a month later, the transmission went out. We haven't had the car long enough to make our first payment. Now the dealership won't return my calls, and I can't afford to fix it. Please help me. I'm desperate.
I have at least a dozen of these on my desk right now. Look, the used car market is so tight that people are desperate to find vehicles. Do not buy a vehicle as is without a warranty, without getting it inspected by a mechanic first. Look, if you can't afford a couple $100 for a mechanic to take a look at a vehicle that you're going to purchase, you cannot afford the vehicle, period. End of story, right? It's like buying a house without getting it inspected first. You can do it if you want, but you should expect that there are going to be some pretty hefty repair bills. In this scenario, we called the dealership and the guy said, listen, I'm under no obligation whatsoever to help this person out because they bought a car as is, no warranty, and drove it off the lot. Not my problem if it broke down even a mile down the road. And legally, he is exactly right.
Oh, that's awful.
Next up, number two.
Yeah, all right, let's get to number two. I thought I was being smart. I waited for wood prices to drop a little bit before building that fence and found out a guy could do it for me. He showed me the pictures of his work. The price was in line with others. I paid him $5,000 up front. He ghosted me. I don't even know if his name is right. Help. Oh, that sounds awful.
Okay, look, he had the pictures, he had the right price. Here's the problem, folks, and the small business owners, I do love you, and please do not email me, but this is the situation. If you come to my house to do a project and tell me you don't have money for supplies that you need, that is not my problem, okay? I understand that margins are tight, so here is the deal I will strike with you so that you don't have to float expenses for too long. Go spend your money to buy your supplies in the morning. I will pay you in cash at the end of each day that work is completed. That way, you only have a few hours of having to cover your own expenses. The other thing that I'm going to ask you when you come to my house is, do you have insurance and can you show it to me? In addition to showing me a copy of your driver's license. Look, you know my name, you know where I live. I want to make sure that I know your name and where you live, just in case things go a little bit sideways. Anybody who is not willing to show me their driver's license, which by the way, they probably show to the girl at the Kohl's checkout counter, is not somebody who I am willing to do business with.
Yeah, absolutely. And
number three.
Yeah, let's get to number three. Do you recommend a cheap iPhone repair place? I bought my son an iPhone 13 for Christmas, shattered the screen. The cost of the replacement is outrageous.
We've all been there, right? The smartphone drops, you slowly turn it over and say a little prayer, and it's shattered. And you think to yourself, that's going to cost at least $400 or $500 to get replaced. Well, guess what? Better than me knowing where to send you is you understanding that you might already be protected and get the repair done for free. This happened to me not too long ago. I shattered the screen on my iPhone, just like we do. And turns out my Visa card, hidden in the terms and benefits of service, was a accidental drop and damage policy where they reimbursed me for my out-of-pocket expenses associated with fixing the screen because it was in the first year of ownership. Most of us are walking around with credit cards that have all sorts of benefits, and we are not taking advantage of them because we do not read the fine print, especially when it comes to things like iPhones. Look, these things cost thousands of dollars at this point. Chances are you purchased it with a credit card. If you did, chances are you probably have some sort of accidental coverage there. You can always, of course, contact me with your consumer concerns, facebook.com/SaveMeSteve.
All right, read the fine print, save some money. Thank you so much for saving us this Valentine's Day, Steve. We'll be right back on Good Day.